Greetings from National Network View. This week's Final Call News cover story headline reads, Wars and Rumors of War. The crisis in Ukraine has drawn the world's attention, but insecurity is a global problem with nations rising against nations, conflicts are mounting, and World War III is on the horizon. This week's FCN staff writer Brian E. Muhammad's article is entitled, Wars Take on a Life of Their Own, with volatile, off-the-cuff words from President Joe Biden concerning the Ukrainian conflict. The trouble continues to brew as tension continues to grow. This week's special section in the Final Call News Depopulation Briefs by the Nation of Islam Research Group points out through a series of COVID funding schemes, hospitals were financially incentivized to overcount COVID court cases and deaths. And yet, there are many examples of people who died from other causes and were counted as COVID deaths. This week's special section on COVID-19 and the U.S. policy of depopulation features an article analysis by Dr. Joseph Mercola entitled, How the Pandemic Was Fabricated. To read more, visit finalcall.com. For information, facts, and history to why we should not take their vaccine, along with guidance on how to protect yourself, family, and community, visit noi.org/vaccines. This FCN volume number 26 edition center page article by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is part 5 of the 2022 Savior's Day message entitled The Swan Song. The report highlights excerpts from the incredible message delivered on February 27th at Mosque Maryam in Chicago. To get the full message, visit store.finalcall.com. For this week's weather forecast summary, on the East Coast around Muhammad's Mosque number 24 in Richmond, Virginia, there are some chances of rain with the high at 70 degrees and the low at 51 degrees. On the West Coast around the study group in Rialto, California, the sun is shining with the high at 89 degrees and the low at 65 degrees. Down south around Muhammad's Mosque number 48 in Dallas, Texas, there are some chances of rain with the high at 82 degrees and the low at 71 degrees. And the National Center Mosque number 2 in Chicago forecast scattered rain throughout the week with the high at 62 degrees and the low at 42 degrees. Wherever you go, no matter what the weather, always bring your own sunshine. The Final Call newspaper is a message dedicated to the resurrection of the black man and woman of America and the world. To read more, please subscribe to finalcalldigital.com and continue to tune in to Final Call Radio.